How much have you and the players benefited from having a full training week together, and what improvements are you looking for from last week's performance against Aberdeen?
Yeah, it's been good. Just having that contact time as a group's been good. Again, last week was a difficult week for the players, from an emotional point of view when there's change and the manager leaves. It takes a lot of energy out of you. I thought that showed in the second half at times in the game. I thought we just lacked a wee bit of energy second half and lost our way. Whereas the first half, I thought we started really bright, pressed well, with good intensity. We, built the ball well and created promising situations. So I was really happy with that first half, in terms of building blocks and a solid foundation, creating enough. And then you want to then encourage that second half and even more. And just through experiences of the season, I think the fact it stayed 1-0 when we, first half, if we get a second goal, I think you'd have seen a totally different team in terms of the confidence, kind of blossoming and coming out really out of their shells. With the second half, I just thought the experience of the season, we've been in those situations. There seems to be a sucker punch. We concede a set play, we've conceded a penalty, we lose a goal and we draw the game. And I think subconsciously, I think that got to the back of their heads a little bit. We stopped getting into position quick enough. We stopped moving the ball with limited touches, especially when Aberdeen man marking and aggressive. You've got to be quick with the ball. You've got to create your own space at times. You've got to play, with 2 and 3 and 4 people to try and disorganise them. And we stopped doing it. We certainly stopped doing that. So again, we addressed that at the beginning of the week, showed them the comparison of when we do things well, what the outcomes are. And then when we stopped making, small movements, small angles for each other, making the passes with limited touches, it just invites the pressure and it gives Aberdeen, confidence to come on here. So there's a number of things we take for the game very positively. I'm very much a guy who will, as much as possible, take the negatives and address them. And I will be, really reinforcing as many positives as possible, because ultimately it's understanding what makes us good. What makes us good. If we do that more often than not, it'll breed success. It'll bring good results. It'll bring good performances. These are the issues. This is how we fix them. We'll go out and work on them. So, so basically we have to score more goals. We need to get back to scoring more goals. We're creating enough, even half chances, that, those half chances, even, if we have 5 of them, we've got to start converting them, because that's sometimes what can change the game. I thought our build-up was cleaner in the game, especially first half against Aberdeen, which gives us a solid foundation where everybody is getting an idea of where they should be, and then how and when to kind of move the ball up the pitch quicker. And then when we do that, we're all connected. We know when it's going to happen. So we should know, if it goes to plan, which it doesn't always do, but when it does, we should know what's happening before the opposition get a chance to adapt to that. So things like that we worked on this week. We worked on our own game first and foremost, which is the most important thing. And then we addressed some things around what we expect from Dundee United. So, I'd like to be much more ruthless in the final third. And that's not about, peppering the goal with shots from 25 yards. It's about creating bigger chances. And when even the big chances come along, be ruthless, make good decisions. Go back to that. Does it need to be a first time finish? Do you need to shift and get a shot off quick? Or do you need to be more patient and circulate the ball a bit more to stretch the defence and open up gaps? So we did a bit of that, reinforcing. And there's been a lot of, in recent weeks, looking at us in terms of a structure in the diamonds being good defensively, give us good control of the pitch. And again, it's fine-tuning that in terms of collectively they got to defend. Whether you're a striker or you're a right back or a centre back, you got to defend. So one, that we're pressing from the front, be aggressive. If that gets beaten and the ball moves to their full back area, what do the strikers do to stay part of the team? So there's just little bits like that which we'll constantly reinforce, constantly trying to build on. But ultimately, when you get good performances and you get good results, you get more confidence. So even the decision making in the game, when you're more confident, is quicker. You've more belief in it. You've more belief in yourself, and it's building that trust and togetherness and that cohesion that everybody feels comfortable that they've got support around them all the time. But we've got to be aggressive. It's nice. I enjoy playing for the back. I enjoy having the ball. Very much dominating games, but we got to be really aggressive when we defend in the right moments. That is one, because it might take them pressing and winning the ball in a good situation, and it's very small mini counter attack that can be very successful for us scoring goals as well. I think there was a period last season. I remember speaking to one other manager in terms of our play, and we were very dominant, in terms of when Brendan left and Neil came in and the changes we made. It was about trying to increase the tempo, probably playing more combination play around the final third, being a bit more forceful at times. So there's a balance between being patient and just passing for passing or asking questions of the opposition. So we want to ask more questions. So we tried to be quicker in our play come the final third, get more players involved. So, you can play 2-on-2. Pretty much you can evenly match it up. You bring a third player into the equation, it just becomes more complex to defend. So again, bringing a third player into that. So we did all that. And I remember the managers, to get to my point here, I remember one of the managers saying, like, everybody talks about you dominating game and your possession and everything else, but my God, they use ruthless on counter-attacks. And that's what we want to be, So if you have to counter-attack, and you have to use a counter-attack to get a goal and win a game, we've got to be ruthless at that as well. So we've got to be adaptable, we've got to be flexible and be able to be as good in many areas of the game as possible. But we need to have that aggression in the play at the right moments.
Thank you.